Hello there, welcome back. Another video for you. Main news stories, two news stories. One from the Amhara region of Ethiopia, where Fano fighters have taken control of a strategic mountain high place in the region. Fighting was ongoing for the control of this mountain since last night. The intense fighting happened in Gonder city. Details for you. What about Gonder airport? Any flights arriving in Gonder? We have details for you in this video from Gonder. What is happening in Azizo, in Tedda, which is outside Gonder city? Complete details for you from Gonder. Where is Gonder University? Are there any educational activities ongoing? How far is Gonder University from this strategic mountain? What about Gonder airport? And secondly, Eritrean opposition groups have stormed a festival in Sweden for several days. Preparations were underway. Both sides were making preparations. Opposition brigade Nihamido activists were preparing to storm to stop the festival. But Eritrean government backups were saying that they would hold the festival. Police was protecting the festival venue, but what happened? Details for you. Have video clips for you showing use of tear gas, etc. in Stockholm, Sweden. Firstly, viewers, Amhara region of Ethiopia. I brief you in detail about last night's situation on a map this morning. I'll do another video, a complete video after a few hours. In this video, we'll focus only on Gonder, heart of the Amhara region. Gonder, which resisted Tigray forces. Tigray forces reached, if you remember, North Shore. Romeo Special when they entered Amhara in July 2020, but they could not capture Gonder. People of Gonder are known for their fighting capabilities. They are armed mostly, and Ethiopian National Defense Force is facing a serious challenge in Gonder. It is difficult to distinguish between Fano fighters and local residents of Gonder city. Fighting was ongoing for the control of a strategic mountain in the center of the city, in western part of the city, you can say. This mountain is situated right behind Gonder University. If a group is in control of this mountain, the group can easily attack any part of the city because it's the highest point in Gonder city. If the mountain is controlled, it means university is controlled too. ENDF, Ethiopian National Defense Force, last night controlled this mountain. Maraki mountain, they call it. Then came Fano fighters, locals, they launched counteroffensive. There was heavy fighting, intense clashes around this mountain between Fano fighters, locals, and Ethiopian National Defense Force. Reportedly, Ethiopian National Defense Force has lost control of this strategic mountain inside Gonder city. That is why Fano fighters there, ENDF retreating from the mountain. Gonder University, behind which the mountain is, closed. No educational activities are ongoing in Gonder University these minutes. Heavy fighting, clashes involving heavy weapons. All main roads in Gonder city closed. ENDF using heavy weapons. Fano equipped with their small arms but with massive public support. Internet suspended, cut off, as I predicted 3 to 4 days ago, that sooner or later internet would be restricted. That is what is happening. No internet in Gonder these minutes. Intense clashes. Now clashes in different parts of Gonder city, not just around the mountain. Reportedly, from Uh, in Azizo, I told you about the clash between Fano and Ethiopian military in Azizo. In Azizo, there is a camp of Ethiopian National Defense Force. Last night, Fano fighters surrounded the camp. ENDF suffered losses. Then came counteroffensive and heavy fighting resumed around Azizo base of Ethiopian National Defense Force. Now, heavy fighting in Azizo, which is at a distance from this mountain. It is another part of the city. It is a southern part of Gonder city, you can say. Heavy fighting in Azizo. Heavy fighting around Gonder University near Maraki mountain. And fighting near Tadda too. Tadda, situated to the south of Gonder city. And airport, not functional these minutes. Fano fighters are not in control of airport. Airport is not in Gonder city. It is outside the city. I think it would be around 20, maybe 10 to 20 kilometers away from the city. Fano fighters not in control of airport, but since there is fighting ongoing from Azizo to Tadda, from Azizo to Gonder University, it means that anything can happen at the airport too. So that is why since last night, Ethiopian Airlines have suspended all flights to Gonder Airport. Gonder Airport is called Atse Theodros Airport, not operational. Second airport in the region which is now non-operational. First was Lalibela, taken over by Fano fighters 3 days ago, 2 days ago rather I would say. And now this one, Gonder Airport, Atse Theodros Airport, not taken by Fano fighters. But since there is heavy fighting in the vicinity of the airport, all around and inside Gonder city, that is why Ethiopian Airlines have suspended all flights to Gonder Airport. Because this insurgency in Gonder, what we're seeing in Gonder, is going to have a far-reaching impact. Because when people of Gonder rise, when they decide that they want to fight, it means that they then show commitment, they show resolve too. They have been watching silently so far. Yes, there was a clash between Fano fighters of Massafent and ENDF a few weeks ago, but then ENDF made a compromise, it withdrew after 2 days strike in Gonder city. Then things remained relative calm, peaceful in Gonder. There were clashes in Wollo, in Gajam, but Gonder was relatively peaceful. Now we're seeing that there is a heavy fighting in Gonder. If Gonder is taken by Fano fighters, what will they do? Well, Gondar's takeover is going to have lots of repercussions. Major impact would be that Fano fighters can then connect with Volkite. From Gonder, they can move towards Darkai, towards Salamti, and from Gonder, they can move towards Sudan. They can move towards Bahirta. So, it's not that ENDF has withdrawn from Gonder. We're not saying that. But the way Fano fighters are being supported by people, the way Fano fighters are controlling places in Gonder, they're trying to be in full control of Gonder. If they take Gonder fully, I think it is going to be a turning point in this conflict. We could see then similar scenes in Bahirdar, in some other big cities of the Amhara region too. So far, these minutes, the strategic Maraki mountain under Fano control, Gonder airport non-operational, Gonder University closed, students told to go to their homes, no internet in Gonder, traffic flow suspended, roads blocked. I'll do a complete video about the situation in the Amhara region in coming hours. But we'll try our best to verify, because it's difficult to verify things because of internet closure, restrictions on social media sites too. So it takes some time, but it's good to verify first and then share with you the entire picture from the Amhara region. Secondly, viewers, Sweden, Eritrean's opposition, Eritrean groups members have attacked a venue in Sweden where a festival is being organized by pro-Eritrean government diaspora community for several days. Social media campaign has been ongoing for this festival. We know that Eritrean opposition groups have decided to stop all Eritrean festivals backed by the government held in Europe for decades. They say these festivals are used to collect funds to spread Eritrean government's propaganda, and the money collected is used by Eritrean government to fuel conflicts in the region. And human rights record is not improving. It means the money collected by Eritrean government at festivals is not going to the people of Eritrea. That is why since last year we have been seeing that Brigade Nihamido started its activities. It's a brigade, a group of opposition Eritrean members who by hook or by crook want to stop the festivals. They warn festival organizers, police, local governments. They protest, and the last resort is that they storm festivals. That is what happened in Gießen, Germany last year. This year in Gießen, Germany, festival could not be disrupted, but we saw that outside the festival venue there were clashes between Eritrean opposition groups and police. 20 police officials of Germany, they were injured. Protesters were injured too. Festival was held, but that festival got coverage on national television, and after that German opposition parties called for permanent cancellation of Gießen festival. Then in London, Eritrean festival of back with the government cancelled by local government there. And now in Sweden, Stockholm, where for several days preparations were underway, Swedish government refused to cancel the festival. Venue is protected by Swedish police. Eritrean government-backed organizer has also deployed his own volunteers who are around the venue. But thousands, maybe not the right word, hundreds I would say, hundreds of Eritrean opposition groups members, they entered Stockholm, Sweden. Since yesterday they have been entering, they have been pouring in to Stockholm, and today they protested. Police tried to stop them. Police started firing tear gas, and then reportedly these opposition protesters stormed the venue. The pictures, videos which are we receiving from Stockholm, Sweden are very disturbing, showing clashes between Eritrean groups too, opposition and pro-government. Clashes between police and opposition Eritrean groups too. Use of tear gas is being confirmed. Some protesters injured too. There is chaos in Sweden, in Stockholm, at the venue where festival was being organized. And we have seen a campaign for the release of David Isaac, an Eritrean journalist who had Swedish nationality too. I think he was put in prison around 2 decades ago by Eritrean government when he wrote and published some demands for democratic reforms in Eritrea. Swedish government has been trying to secure the release of David Isaac, but Eritrean government did not show any flexibility. David is still in prison in Eritrea.